Hello, and welcome to the About Healing podcast, a show created for those on or awakening into their spiritual journeys, and who are ready, wanting, and learning how to heal themselves. I am your host, About Healing medium and certified spiritual healer, Sheree Buckman. It is my purpose to guide others to the path of self-healing and to inspire those on their spiritual journeys in finding their truths. Join me as I share my experience and unfiltered perspective in healing, as well as the incredible wisdom of the loving energy that guides us. Let's begin. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode, or should I say episode 2 of season 3. I can't believe that. That's still like, wow, we get different seasons, more episodes of About Healing podcast. Good morning, Miss Copper.
Good morning to you.
Miss Copper, before we get into this really fun episode, it is going to be fun. Do we have other announcements?
Oh, you know we do.
Do we? Because I can't think of anything right now. It's just gone blank. All I can think of is chakras.
I feel like there should be a friendly reminder to everyone really quickly about something happening in April.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of a big thing. See, if it's not for Copper, she keeps me organized.
That's why you keep me around.
Yes. This is why I pay her the really big bucks.
Sorry,
was that funny? It is kind of funny to laugh at.
Your friendship is priceless.
Aw, what a good recovery for both of us. Yes. So you're all going to hear me talk about this event. Sorry, just about every single episode until it happens. And you know what? And thereafter, because this is the very first annual About Healing retreat. And this, again, is this work and this dream and all of my truly loving energy. Like, my soul is in this retreat. And it is to help all of you and connect all of our souls and to be able to come together and not only build our community and be in a place with like vibrations, to feel recognized, to feel seen, to feel heard, especially in the, let's say, the beliefs or the work that we do, or to be in a place of just love and acceptance and no judgment. And I don't care what stage you're in or where you come from or what you believe, because no matter what, that is what this is about. And we're going to be there to recharge, and we're going to be there to learn from one another and to grow, and so that we can go back out into the world afterwards and keep doing what we're doing. And like I said, Copper and I will be there. So you come meet us. And this is for April 20th of 2024 here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I say here because that's for me. That's near me, not Copper.
No, but I'm excited because what a beautiful city.
It's going to be cold, but that's okay. More details coming later. You're going to be indoors and indoor walkways, and it's amazing. So did I hit it all, Copper?
I think so. Yeah, I think you got it.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, well then let's move into our topic, because our topic today and what we need to talk about is, I have a lot, but it's a good a lot, because today we're talking about the chakras. So as I barely mentioned in our first episode, that I'm kind of changing things up and getting a little bit more organized and wanting to share some kind of like a fun series as part of this season. And this is that series. We're going to get into the chakras. But today I want to talk about the chakras as a whole, because before we dive into each of the 7 main chakras, we have to dedicate this first one to explaining what they are and why they are important. So let's go into the basics. So what is a chakra? Because anytime you look up chakra on the internet, you're going to get, because it comes from the Sanskrit word meaning wheel. This is true. It is a wheel. It is a wheel of energy within our body. Chakras are intersections, right? They're like intersections of electric and magnetic currents that generate frequencies represented by spinning colors of light. So altogether, all the chakras altogether, they join the physical body, our living bodies, with that universal or cosmic, energy and with earth energy. That is all energy, but they're two very different polars of it. So these chakras act as an energetic exchange network, kind of like a transformer, okay? Organizing the incoming and the releasing of energy that we connect with from other people, places, and situations on a constant and daily basis. So before I go a little bit deeper into, like, again, that energy and what our chakras are doing and how it aligns with what we're talking about, healing and all of that, I really wanted to at least touch base on the history of it. Because the chakras, energy work, or holistic healing, and when we're talking, that is about treating the mind, body, and the soul, are not just new age concepts and considered woo-woo. Because when you bring up chakras or you bring up crystals, when you bring up some of these natural elements, sometimes when we're talking to somebody who is not in the realm of things, kind of give you that look like, okay, woo-woo. It's that woo-woo thought. But energetic healing has been practiced for millennia, and all over the world, predominantly in places like India, Africa, Middle East, and Europe. And it's not just places, but it's also cultures. So, this is really big, and energy work in itself is really big in Japan or in China, in Polynesia, and Hawaii. Plus, other ancient cultures have practiced, and it is documented from the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Egyptians, Sumerians, but also in Hindu and Buddhist cultures also. So some of these, there are written teachings that date back about the chakras that range from 2200 to 900 BCE, before the Common Era, or however you use the date reference. So here in the West, or in America, when we call that Western culture, it has taken us longer to adopt these ancient healings. And although we in the Western world modify most of this, it is gaining awareness and recognition, and it's becoming more common and more of an understood practice, although it has been around, again, as I said, for centuries. There are actually, so if you look at the chakras, there are actually 114 chakras in the body total, but there are 7 main chakras. And these chakras are the ones that line the spine, okay, from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of your head. And these are the ones that most of us know of. But there are also 5 more that are outside of our body that go in line with the 7 main that go straight up, which is becoming a more common association of calling them the 12 chakra system, and now counting these ones outside. So other cultures and places around the world recognize different numbers and different points. So in some cultures, they might talk about only 3 chakra systems, some 5, and again, we have the 12, the 7, so on and so forth. But for the purpose of this series, we are going to focus on the 7 within your body, the 7 main along your spine, for healing purposes. So as we break down the 7 main, it is important to understand that they form, again, that whole complete system. When it's in complete balance, one is in great health on all levels. We're talking about the physical, the mental, emotional, and the spiritual. Now, the reason these chakras are so important, as I said, are these energy centers. They are bringing in and receiving energy from all around us, and they are also dispersing and releasing. So it's this constant, again, the system of intake and outtake. This is what's happening. That's a lot, especially when everything, absolutely everything is energy. Everything on this planet and beyond. And we have access and we interact with it all. We are living things of energy. We as people, animals, all of it. Even the food we eat, the plants and trees we breathe, the showers we take, the phones we use, and even the places we visit hold energy. So it is everywhere. So we are collecting energy as we move throughout the day, and we process and release the energy depending on what we are collecting and experiencing. So for example, when you are feeling great and you are in excellent health, you have a lot of energy. You have this balanced energy where you have enough to do everything and then some. Your creative juices are flowing. You are very positive, have that positive outlook on life, having feelings of gratitude, excitement, and joy, all those high vibrating emotions. You're in good physical health, who rarely gets ill or with any ailments. And if you do, you quickly bounce back. What's happening there is that you are accessing the higher frequencies, those higher vibrations, which provides a higher level of consciousness, which in turn allows you to manifest your thoughts quickly. And you may even have those accelerated synchronicities and that abundance and everything else. It's just easy. You're in the flow. Your thoughts are forming because everything's positive. So you're receiving it that way. You're becoming that positive magnet there, and you're in the flow. And on the other side, as an example, when you are struggling emotionally or with physical health, you're probably really lethargic, very low energy, and it's hard to complete even simple daily tasks. You may even have that mindset of seeing the worst in people or the world, living predominantly in feelings of fear, anger, envy, jealousy, guilt, resentment, shame. Again, the low vibrating emotions. You are possibly struggling with physical ailments, whether it is an illness or an injury or that mental and emotional capacity. Self-medicating is an example there. So when you're in this state, you're in the lower energy, which is slowing down the whole processing system and blocking energy from moving. What is happening is instead of processing as you're intaking all of that energy, it is now collecting it and not allowing it to move, and sometimes building up and even calcifying if it's left unattended. So as something like this happens is we're intaking all of this information, all this energy, and it's coming in. Some things can happen, especially when we're not in the best alignment with ourselves. Again, in that emotional state, not in that positivity. It can unbalance or unregulate our chakras. And this can happen in many ways. And I wanted to explain what that is. So we know what can happen, and that will help us understand how to fix it and how to bring that balance back. So again, as I mentioned, the chakras are a whole system. And so when one is unbalanced, the entire system is weakened. And when a chakra is weakened or imbalanced, it is drawing energy from the other chakras, depleting their resources. So it is that trickle effect of what's happening to the entire system. So an unbalanced chakra, because there are actually a couple of different types. You can have an overactive chakra, or it can be an underactive chakra. So an overactive chakra is one that's taking on too much energy. Examples of symptoms that would relate to an overactive chakra is someone would be, or those seeking control, maybe from others or situations, may have a material fixation, arrogance, pleasure addiction, harsh judgments, difficulty concentrating, inflamed ego, anxiety, obesity and overeating, confusion, dependency. These are all types of symptoms that would indicate an overactive chakra. And then you have an underactive chakra, okay? These are ones that are not taking in enough or what it needs. So these are very slow. And these are usually based on heavy emotional situations or trauma. And these symptoms would be fatigue, unable to share emotions, trust issues, poor memory, depression, being disconnected, shy, quiet, lack of desire and passion for life, insecurities, and those are all those examples. So while you have those, these are just having an imbalance. Again, they're either taken on or not enough, and this is all related into really that emotional side of ourselves. How are we taking things? How are we thinking? It's all in there. Then we also have one other, which is a blocked chakra. Blocked chakra means your chakra is barely moving. And this is not good. This is how I describe like having a clog in your drain. This usually doesn't happen overnight. It is an accumulation of layers of unprocessed heavy and or low vibrations or energy, eventually ceasing function in your system or in that chakra. These are a collection of heavy emotions, of those low vibrating thoughts, that mental aspect. This is that lack of physical care, denial of having a denial of one's own spiritual beliefs. And when we have a blocked chakra, it usually manifests in a physical ailment or dis-ease. And some of those examples, and this is not limited to by any means, difficulty sleeping, repeating illnesses or injury, difficulty recovering from illness or injury, physical pain, chronic depression or anxiety, migraines, plus a million more. I just took some of those common ones and listed them here. First thing, understand that as I am talking about these, especially having these imbalances or blocked chakras, it's okay. Most of us have an imbalance. Most of us do. We have an imbalance from time to time in different chakras, and that depends on what's going on in our life. Again, if we're going through very stressful situations, or if we're going through emotional heartbreaks, if we're feeling unstable or jumping around or whatever it is, that life situations can create this. But most of them are all temporary. Our body and our energy system automatically want to filter and process and run itself. So sometimes it's just a time frame or just a short amount of time, and it will start to balance itself back out, especially working with an underactive or overactive chakra. However, some of our blocked chakras are ones that are going to take a lot more work, and attention does need to be drawn to them. To start working on healing our chakras, it is truly about healing our minds, bodies, and soul. It is the collective portion. It is the collective of all of our energy layers of who we are. And there are so many methods to healing our chakras. There are many in holistic professions that can assist you to do so. But the best method, this is in my very humble opinion, is to treat the root of the cause. Because no matter who you go to, or if you're looking for assistance, or you're trying to treat even a physical illness or a medical condition, disclaimer, always follow your medical advice. I am not saying ignore it in any way, shape, or form. Always, always, always follow your medical advice. What I'm trying to say is going into the root of the problem, of the reason why it came up in the first place. We have to find the chakra of what is blocked or what is creating these ailments, and then finding what it is, whether it is trauma from our childhood. You could even be replaying trauma from past lives. You don't even know why you have these fears or anxieties. These can definitely be brought up because we are, again, bodies of energy pulling not just from the earth, but this is also cosmic and universal energy. Some of that energy we do not understand yet in a scientific form is what I'm saying. Doing the work of going back to the source, or going back to, again, the reason why our system became clogged in the first place, that one tiny pebble that all those layers built up on top of, okay? All those layers built on top of. Because when it is one chakra and you have that one clog, well, you're going to have these similar emotions from that one piece, that one tiny pebble that started the whole giant clog. All the layers on top of it are going to be similar to what that original source was. Whether it is, again, that trauma or that emotion that you don't want to peek into or feel completely because it would be too much. Obviously, you want to do this layer by layer and peel it back. But that piece underneath, that tiny pebble, that's the one. That's your root. Doing this work will ensure that it does not repeat or come back. When you have completely removed the original cause, it's done. It's not going to come back. Keep in mind that some of these imbalances, especially the blocks, have built up over time, even years. So as you are beginning to work on these chakras and you're putting attention there, remember that this can take time to heal, sometimes just as much as it took to create it in the first place. And the beautiful thing is that there are, again, so many positive ways to begin working on this and adjusting and healing your chakras that you can practice at home. And so I wanted to list some of these for you because you can go ahead and start working on these for yourself now. Because as a whole system, any of these are amazing. And some of those are meditation, which we will get into. And FYI, meditation should not be a scary thing that makes you go, oh, that means I have to quiet my mind. No, meditation is just putting focus on one thing and quieting yourself, not completely your entire mind, but taking time just to center yourself and bring yourself into the present. But breath work is also really good. Yoga poses help regulate and allow energy to flow. It is amazing. Then you have Reiki, reflexology, acupuncture, and acupressure. Then, of course, you have your healing stones and crystals, essential oils and aromatherapy, sound healing, and nutrition, because what you put into your body makes a difference. So managing your chakras, or your entire energy system, will not only keep you healthy and strong and healed, but it can radically change your life for the better. In our future chakra episodes this season, I will share each chakra's individual vibrational frequency that associates to their specific organs, body parts, and systems, plus what you can do to work on each individually at home. Please be aware that healing your chakras and that energy system within, it just begins with that awareness. And that is what this fun series is about. So stick with me, because the next one that we do, we are going to dive into the root chakra. We're going to start at the base and work our way up. So until next time, you wonderful, beautiful souls out there, be kind to yourself. With so much love and gratitude, I want to thank you for listening to this week's episode. My hope today is that the message continues to guide you along your path to healing. To learn more about me and my purposeful work, visit my website at abouthealingmedium.com. You can also follow About Healing Medium on Facebook and Instagram, where you can find the episode's healing guidance, quotes, tips, insights, and chances to win free stuff. To ask a question or to share comments, email me at abouthealingpodcast@gmail.com, or feel free to reach me on Facebook and Instagram at About Healing Medium. Until next time, be kind to yourself.